How does a giant like Nike avoid becoming a relic in a world flooded with new digital brands? For decades, they were the undisputed champion, building an empire on the simple, powerful idea of just do it. But then the internet came along and changed the rules for everyone. Suddenly, customers weren't just buying a product, they were buying an experience, a community, a real connection. They were online, they were vocal, and they wanted more. And Nike, this titan of traditional marketing, was dangerously close to losing its grip on a new generation. The old playbook of celebrity endorsements and splashy TV ads just wasn't cutting it anymore. This is the story of how Nike didn't just adapt. They went on to conquer the digital world, basically writing the playbook for modern marketing. So, how exactly did they pull it off? Welcome to MBA in Minutes, your spot to get a deeper understanding of complex business concepts in a bite-sized, digestible format. It's your MBA, simplified. Section number 1. The Goliath with the Digital Achilles. To really get the scale of this transformation, you have to remember the powerhouse Nike already was. These were the masters of emotional storytelling. They were selling inspiration and triumph long before a single shoe even left the shelf. Their iconic swoosh was way more than a logo. It was a cultural symbol. But when the 21st century rolled in, a new challenger showed up, the internet, and it brought a new kind of consumer with it. This new consumer lived on social media. They trusted reviews from other people more than a flashy ad, and they expected a totally seamless, personal experience from the brands they supported. The old one-way street of traditional advertising just felt dated. All of a sudden, Nike's dominance wasn't a sure thing. Competitors, both old and new, were moving faster, building online communities and talking directly to people in ways Nike hadn't quite figured out yet. The challenge was clear. Being a giant in the real world wasn't enough anymore. They had to become a titan online, or they'd get left in the dust by faster, more connected brands. Section number 2. The Digital Wake-Up Call. A Necessary Pivot. Nike could see the ground shifting under their feet. People weren't just browsing online. They were building digital communities, sharing their fitness journeys, and looking for brands that gave them more than just gear. They wanted a relationship. The traditional retail stores, where Nike had been king for so long, were becoming less important in the customer's world. The pressure was on. For fiscal year 2024, Nike's demand creation expense, which includes marketing, hit $4.3 billion, signaling a massive commitment to winning back their story in the digital world. But this wasn't just about spending more. It was about spending smarter. The company started a major strategic shift, moving money away from old-school marketing and into brand building that would actually connect with people online. This was a huge pivot. Nike had to stop being just a product company and become a tech and experience company. They had to learn the language of data, personalization, and community, not just as buzzwords, but as the actual core of their business. The choice was pretty stark. Either invest big in a new way of thinking, or watch their cultural influence slowly fade away. They chose to invest, and that decision laid the groundwork for a whole new era of dominance. Section number 3. The Playbook and Deconstructing Nike's Digital Empire. So how'd they do it? Nike's master plan wasn't just one clever campaign or a new app. It was a complete teardown and rebuild of their entire business philosophy, centered around a digital marketing strategy with a ton of moving parts. They built an entire digital ecosystem to own the relationship with their customer. First off, Nike knew they couldn't just be a guest on other companies' platforms. They had to build their own digital home. This led them to create and perfect apps like the Nike Run Club and Nike Training Club. The key here is that these apps weren't just ads pretending to be useful. They offered real value for free. Members could get personalized workout plans, coaching from experts, and track all their progress. This was a brilliant strategy for two big reasons. First, it embedded Nike into the daily lives and fitness routines of millions of people, which builds incredible brand loyalty. Second, these apps turned into a powerful machine for collecting first-party data. Every single run logged and workout finished gave Nike priceless insights into their customers' habits and goals. This allowed for a level of personalization that was impossible before, with all their apps combined, attracting 500 million users by 2023. The scale of this data is just massive. All this data became the fuel for Nike's biggest strategic move in modern history, shifting to a direct-to-consumer, or DTC, model. For decades, Nike sold through wholesale partners, but by pouring money into their own e-commerce sites and physical stores, Nike seized control of the customer's entire journey. By the end of fiscal year 2023, Nike direct sales made up $21.3 billion of Nike's total revenue. This DTC focus gave them a direct line to customer data, total control over how the brand was presented, and of course, higher profit margins. The crown jewel of this whole strategy is the SNKRS app, which is a masterclass in creating hype. The app is the main launchpad for Nike's hottest sneakers, and has more than doubled its business, accounting for about 20% of Nike's entire digital business. Now, a lot of users find it frustrating because the demand is insane. But that's the point. The app creates this powerful feeling of urgency and cultural status. It's a direct channel to Nike's most passionate fans, turning a simple product drop into a huge cultural event. So now Nike has a direct line to its customers and a steady stream of data from its apps. The next logical step? Putting all that info to work with AI and machine learning. This is where the magic really happens. AI algorithms look at your browsing history, what you've bought, and even your workout data to give you personalized product recommendations. If you're a runner in a rainy city, the Nike app won't just show you random shoes. It'll suggest waterproof running gear. It's a predictive approach that keeps Nike one step ahead. This use of AI goes even deeper. Take the Nike Fit feature. It uses your phone's camera to scan your feet, create a 3D model, and then tell you your perfect size. This move dramatically cut down on returns from people ordering the wrong size. AI also helps Nike optimize its supply chain by predicting demand, and even helps create different ads for different audiences, making sure everyone sees a message that connects with them. They've effectively turned data into a conversation, making every customer feel like they're seen. Finally, Nike wrapped all of this up with a content strategy that reminded everyone they are master storytellers. They didn't ditch their famous inspirational ads, they just retooled them for the new digital world. On social media, Nike has real two-way conversations, which creates a genuine sense of community. They tap into user-generated content, basically turning their customers into their biggest fans by getting them to share their own Just Do It moments with hashtags like #NikeRunning. Their campaigns also go beyond just sports, tapping into important social and cultural conversations. You see campaigns celebrating female athletes, championing underrepresented groups, and pushing for sustainability with their Move to Zero initiative. It shows that Nike gets that its modern audience cares about values. And by working with huge names in sports, music, and fashion, they keep the brand tied to whatever is cool and relevant right now, making sure that swoosh stays a symbol of aspiration. It's an incredible ecosystem. What part of Nike's strategy impresses you the most? Let me know down in the comments. Section number 4. The results. The scoreboard doesn't lie. So, what happened after this massive digital overhaul? The numbers really don't lie. While they have faced some headwinds and had to recalibrate their strategy in 2024 and 2025, the long-term impact is just undeniable. For the 2024 fiscal year, Nike reported revenues of $51.4 billion. Their pivot to DTC has been a huge driver of their growth over the last decade. Their digital channels are now the main way millions of people interact with the brand, which has massively boosted customer engagement and loyalty. The free Nike membership program was a cornerstone here, offering perks like exclusive products, free shipping, and easy returns. It creates a powerful reason for customers to stay inside the Nike world. This deep, data-fueled relationship with consumers has cemented Nike's image as an innovative, customer-focused brand, especially with younger people who expect these kinds of digital experiences. And maybe most importantly, this new agility means they can stay ahead of trends in fashion and culture, which move at lightning speed. Being able to analyze real-time data from their apps and websites means they can tweak their marketing and products almost instantly, which is a massive advantage in the ridiculously competitive apparel industry. Section number 5. The key takeaways. Lessons from the swoosh. Nike's journey is basically a blueprint for any brand that wants to win in today's world. The lessons are clear, and they apply to almost anyone. First, own your audience. Their move to DTC wasn't just about cutting out the middleman. It was about owning the entire relationship with the customer. By building those direct channels, Nike got total control over its brand message, and more importantly, priceless customer data. Second, give real value, not just a product. The Nike Run Club and Training Club apps work so well because they actually solve a problem for people. They offer expert coaching and a supportive community for free. By giving people something genuinely useful, Nike earned the right to be a part of its customers' daily lives, building a kind of loyalty that you just can't buy with ads. Third, make data a two-way conversation. Collecting data is pointless if you don't use it. Nike uses AI not just to sell more stuff, but to make the customer experience feel deeply personal. From product suggestions to virtual shoe fittings, they use that data to make the customer's journey smarter and easier. And finally, your brand is a living, breathing story. Nike never stopped being master storytellers. They just found new ways and new places to tell their story. They use social media, timely campaigns, and cultural partnerships to keep their brand story fresh, alive, and part of the conversation. At the end of the day, Nike's digital dominance didn't come from one single brilliant move. It came from a total commitment to a new way of thinking. They changed from a company that just sold you stuff into one that delivers services, experiences, and a real community. They understood that in the digital world, connection is the new currency. By weaving together a personalized app ecosystem, a powerful direct-to-consumer strategy, and data-driven storytelling, Nike didn't just catch up to the future. They built it. They proved that even the biggest giants can learn to be fast and agile, and in the process, they created a masterclass in modern marketing for everyone else to learn from. If you want more breakdowns of how the world's biggest brands win, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching.